Hey everybody, welcome back to Half Hour of Power. I am Joe. Brandon is here. How's it going, Brandon? You doing good?
Yo, Joe, what do you know? I'm doing all right. A little disappointed on this article, but
I know. Our reactions are I know. We are very pleased to welcome Mark from the Toys of the Time Gone By. Mark is the go-to for Motu.
All right.
How are you, Mark? Thanks for
I'm
being
doing
on with
fine. You're
us.
welcome. Glad to be on.
All right. So we found another exciting. Would you say this is an exciting article?
no, it's a disappointing article. As the last article we had, very disappointing.
Yeah, so here's a bit of movie news. This is not I've read this before, but this article is new. I don't think the information in it is very new, but I guess with the release date of this approaching, they're going to do some more write-ups on it. And you can see Brandon has the Time Bandits in the background. I've got the Time Bandits. Some guy who I don't know thought he could make Thor movies. Thinks he can do this, and thought he could make a Star Wars movie, but never has yet. And Taika Waititi, he's made a couple of good things that I've really enjoyed. What We Do in the Shadows,
I
the
can't even say his
movie.
name.
You've seen that, Brandon, right? What We Do in the Shadows, that movie,
Seen the movie and the TV series.
The
TV
TV?
series.
Watched
Both
the
both of
series
those
too.
are good. The
Yeah,
movie is good. Showed a lot of promise. Jojo Rabbit, I thought was really good. I
I
saw
love
that.
Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah. Well, did you see Jojo Rabbit, Mark?
I didn't see Jojo Rabbit. No, I saw
Okay.
it in the shadows. What we
Yeah.
do in the
Okay.
shadows.
And
So
he has that pirate movie and pirate series that he has on there.
the
I think it's
Pirates series.
Gentleman
I didn't
Pirate.
like the show.
You didn't like that show, the Pirate Show?
No, the what we do in the shadows. I don't really.
Oh, wait. Sorry,
Wow.
Mark. That's got to happen. Uh,
Wow.
he,
Wow.
he,
That
Mark
hurts
was
my
yeah, that hurt a lot. Mark was bad mouthing Matt Berry, and I can't have that. You can badmouth Taika Waititi all you want, but you don't go bad mouthing Matt Berry. You can't do that. That's a
That's
no on our show, Mark.
Who?
You can't be bad mouthing Matt Berry. So just stop.
I don't like that show.
Oh. All right, I'll stop that. That's okay. Now Matt Berry in that show is brilliant, and he really makes that show worth watching.
yes,
So
he
we'll
does.
just leave that right there. But now we're going on to, for some reason, they're remaking Time Bandits, and for some reason, it's just going to be a TV show on some weird company that nobody's ever heard of or even uses any of their products. Um, Whoever founded the company
I,
really
I,
likes
I use the
apples and
products.
apple trees and stuff.
I,
So
Are you
I use
talking
the
about
products.
Apple?
they're a
Joe,
big fan of Johnny Appleseed.
Joe, Joe, Joe,
So,
Joe.
yeah.
I use Apple products.
Well, I'm sorry.
See?
I'm sorry you're the only person on the planet that
No,
uses
I mean
that.
me and Mark does.
Well, I mean, that explains a lot about Mark. He doesn't like the
I don't
what
like
we do in
Android.
what we do in the shadows TV shows. Androids was a great show.
Oh my God, no, you
But
didn't.
anyway, so we're gonna take a look at this article. There's been some stuff coming out about how Terry Gilliam was not happy about it at
No,
all. So we'll take a look at this here real quick. Are you ready? There we
yeah,
are. In an apparent attempt to avoid causing offense, Taika Waititi's Time Bandits TV remake will not feature dwarves. Okay. I grew up with this movie. You guys grew up with this movie. Did it ever bother you that there were dwarves?
Nope.
no.
Nope.
Okay.
That's what
That's
made the movie.
it's like saying, oh, I don't want to offend anybody with Willow, so I'll just make him a normal sized person.
Hey, look at Billy Barty. I mean, he was Gwildor. I mean, without him in the movie, it wouldn't be this. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
Billy
do,
Barty.
I remember seeing David Rappaport in a few things, and I knew the guy's name.
I
The
mean,
It wouldn't
Bride,
be the
The
same.
Bride,
Kenneth Baker,
and
R2D2.
Kenny Baker is in it. So David
That guy
Rappaport's
in
in The
the E.T.
Bride. He was in that show, The Wizard. I really like that.
The guy in the Alf suit.
Coming up, that guy in that
Then he
suit.
got
Yeah,
He got Tiny Ross. Tiny Ross.
yeah. So I mean, all these guys. But anyway, let's see what's this saying. Okay,
Mini me.
so yeah, so dwarves will no longer be accompanying the protagonist Kevin on his adventures, but rather regular-sized individuals. This fact was confirmed on the series' first official press photo and released exclusively on Entertainment Weekly on May 20th. This article here is then bounding into comics from May 24th, 2024. So
They're insensitive by saying
Yeah.
regular individuals.
Yeah, so Kevin, Kal-El Tuck, can be seen standing in a field side by side with the titular. I'm sick and tired of that word titular. I mean, you just can't. With the Time Bandits. But in a significant deviation from his Gilliam's 81 film, rather than being on par with his companion's heights, Kevin is instead the shortest in the whole group. As of this writing, neither Waititi or series creators Jermaine Clement nor Apple Studios have offered a statement regarding the reason for this change, so we're only speculating since they haven't said anything. That's all we can do. So, Brandon, do you want to speculate first? What do you think? Why did they do that?
Because of this whole diversity, LGBT, GT bull crap that's going on through the whole movie thing. And to me, and I don't care what you guys leave in the comments or how you feel about it, but you're changing up a lot of stuff that makes a lot of difference to a lot of people when it comes to nostalgia. Or if you're going to redo a movie, kind of stick to what it is, like with Snow White. You took out the dwarfs, but how you going to have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs if you don't have any dwarfs in it?
Exactly. So they can't even make Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
How
It
about
is
the Oompa
mentioned
Loompa?
here. It is mentioned here in this article about that with the Snow
How-
White remake, Disney's Snow White remake.
How about the Oompa Loompa?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
you-
what
you-
they're doing with that yet, but I keep seeing a lot of crazy things.
I had to use Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, but
I mean,
the
no,
difference with that, Mark, is they made him a midget.
Yeah, but I'm saying they use a
They
regular.
made him a midget.
Yeah, I know, but they
So
gave
that's
somebody who was supposed to be a midget. Actually, they took a job away from him for Hugh Grant.
Yes, they did, but they made him a midget, and that's not what they're doing here. And then in Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, they made Deep Roy and just made a whole bunch of him.
Yeah, but this is my thing. But and I know what Mark is saying. You're taking jobs away from little people.
Yes,
that's the main thing about it. Like, I understand why. I haven't heard a small person tell anybody that they was offended that the part that they're playing is hurting them or anything like that. You talk about representation, then Time Bandits have representation in it, and
exactly
not using the representation.
Now, Peter Dinklage was really upset with that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and it's like, I don't think he actually knows anything about the story at all anyway. But there was I did see this, and he didn't talk to Peter Dinklage, but there was an actor, Peter Dinklage size, who was really upset with Peter Dinklage, thinking he was the spokesperson for everybody that size. And he said, I was looking forward to it. Now I can't have that work because Peter Dinklage doesn't think I can have that work, but Peter Dinklage gets work because he's Peter Dinklage.
Oh, I mean, he only got big. I mean, Peter Dinklage been in other movies, but he didn't get famous until Game of Thrones.
What about Elf?
Game of Thrones.
Call me Elf one more time.
Gonna give him elf. He's an angry elf. Peter Dinklage. I mean, he's just now in these years, he's proven to be just an angry elf. Okay, let's go down here a little bit. There we have. So Terry Gilliam allegedly walked off the set after finding himself massively disappointed with the entire production. You go. And Terry Gilliam, if you followed his career, he's been screwed pretty much his whole career. I mean, he's he's done a lot of fantastic movies, a lot of fantastical, imaginative movies. You know that I grew up with. You guys grew up with.
Yeah.
We all grew up with Monty Python, of course, Jabberwocky.
Yeah, Jabberwocky.
There's Brazil. There's this. You know, Time Bandits. I love Time Bandits. I've seen it. I can't count. But here's this quote. He wasn't happy, said the insider. He kept groaning and making remarks. Terry was supposed to be there for 2 weeks, but he left after 3 days. His disdain for the entire project was quite obvious. And they added that you probably won't be hearing any praise for this series from him anytime soon. So this Time Bandit show is supposed to come out on that weird Fruit TV on July 24th.
That's got some good shows on Apple
of this year. So, yeah. So you got... Now, there is a reason for the dwarfs in it. I mean, he just didn't, you know...
The question is this. Here's a question, Joe.
Yeah.
Did he even see the movie?
I doubt it. He says he's a big fan. I don't think these people who say they're big fans are fans.
They're not big fans because it's like me making a movie. If I say, "Oh, I'm going to do a movie about such and such," then I'm going to be a big fan and still try to Peter Jackson. I'll pull a Peter Jackson with the Lord of the Rings. You know. He tried to adapt the book to movie, and he was a big fan of it. So it wasn't like he didn't have any source material to go by. But here, that's the whole movie. There's source material, and you're changing up the whole character dynamic of it.
Yeah, they have that. Not only do they have that, but they have Terry Gilliam that they can talk to.
Yeah, that too.
So I found this tidbit here that Terry Gilliam, he came up with this idea in 1979 to do an entire movie from a kid's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem he felt was he needed to give the child a group of people of similar height around him. Because, excuse me, he felt a child could not carry the whole movie. Excuse me again. And he combined those thoughts with the concept of committing crimes while time traveling. So also, I mean, that kind of made sense to me. He grew up around a circus, you know. There's the case of circuses coming to town. You know, circus rolling to town. Your kids go there and find odd jobs, stuff like that. I don't know. It just seems like we've been discussing. We grew up with this movie. We saw it as kids. Mm-hmm. Did we ever think it was odd that they were midgets?
Nope.
No. That's the norm for us.
I never did.
I mean, did it ever make you look at a midget differently and go,
No.
Yeah, I actually sought out some of those guys, you know. Like I said, David Rappaport, I remember him and saw a few different other things he was in. I remembered him.
Well, even before that.
I don't understand their whole whining and crying.
Willy Wonka. They're midgets.
That's like when they was talking about doing the one of the remix. I think it's called Freak Show or Freaks. It was a Freaks.
Oh, Freaks?
Yeah, Freaks. They was talking about redoing that, and then they was like, "Oh, we don't want to do that because we don't want to misrepresent, you know, or be not what do you call it? Not sympathetic to people's disability." Yeah, and I'm like, but these people did the movie.
Yeah, that's the way they made their living. They did that stuff, and it really upset them when they took that stuff away from them.
And that's what they're doing right now.
Exactly.
What would the Wizard of Oz be without little people.
Yeah, where would Willy Wonka be without little people?
Yeah.
Mostly, if you say Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory, first thing they're gonna think of is Oompa Loompas.
Exactly.
I would like to be an Oompa Loompa. That would have been fun.
Well, you can, because Hugh Grant was an Oompa Loompa, as you
You
said.
can, and that looked it weird anyway, because you had an Oompa Loompa that was like super super small, and it didn't even look right. It didn't even look right.
He looked like one of those garden gnomes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what this is when it comes out. I don't have Apple streaming service, and I'm not going to get it just so I could see how atrocious it is. But I mean, if they feel like redoing Time Bandits would be disrespectful to midgets, some of these nutballs, then why can't they just come up with their own movie and do something?
Well, they added another character to it too.
Well, I don't even mean that. I mean, just come up with your own story and your own thing and do that.
Well, that's the problem.
Why do they got to keep doing this? Like you said, Brenna, why do they got to keep taking all of these things that have already been done?
Yeah, because people don't have an imagination anymore.
Ah, there you go.
What it is, they don't know what that is.
There you go.
What is an imagination? What is that? What is
it? Exactly. So, Mark, you got any final thoughts on that?
My final thought is stop messing with movies. That's it. Pure and simple.
Mark, what do you got going over there on the Toys of Time Gone By?
Well, I got some new stuff coming up. Going to do a few more unboxings, and I'm waiting for things to come in the mail that's supposed to be coming. So once I get some of these new things that are coming, and I have another unboxing that I'm going to be getting to. So once all this stuff comes in, I'll be doing new unboxings.
All right. Nice. Go check Mark out at the Toys of Time Gone By. Brandon, you got any final thoughts?
I have a lot of thoughts right now.
Yeah.
A lot. I'm just serious. Like, I'm getting sick of this, dude. I'm really sick of it.
Like, I hear you.
I love movies. I love TV shows. I love fantasy. The reason why I watch fantasy, so I can get away from all these crimes and world political things that's going on out here, and then look, and they doing the same thing in movies. It's like I can't get away. That's why I like to watch old movies. Now I put it like this. If they bring that out, then they should bring out the original Time Bandits and see who will get more ratings.
Everybody would flock to the original.
I mean, you got to remember, you had Sean Connery in there, you had Jackie Gleason in there, you had Michael Payne in there. I mean, come on.
I don't remember Jackie Gleason in there.
Yeah, he played. He was. John Gleason, not Jackie Gleason. Sorry.
John Gleason.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't remember him in there.
That's okay. Oh, okay, exactly. So, Brandon, what should people do if they like what we're doing?
If you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and follow us on iTunes, Spotify, and Rumble. Also, too, leave comments below.
You mean that Fruit music station thing? iTunes?
Oh, yeah.
That Fruit?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fruit basket.
The fruit basket?
I don't use whatever you're talking about. So.
You don't use that?
No, I got self-respect.
You don't use Apple Podcasts?
No.
I do. It's great.
I bet. All right. Yeah, we'll talk to you all next time.
Later, guys.
Later.